My wife Lisa was born in Ukraine and we have 4 children. The eldest 2 were born in Ukraine, and since the Russian Federation's invasion of Ukraine's sovereign land, we've been trying to put together some first aid trauma kits to save lives for the Ukrainian people in the front line. Okay, Ollie, you ready to go? Hey guys, we just arrived in Warsaw. This is the second lot of the operation. There's going to be 42 bags over full of trauma and survival kits, as well as everything else, the eye protection, the ear protection, the chest decompression needles, the safety pants, and it's great because we're going to make sure that we get it delivered in the next 24 hours to place into Ukraine.
The hardest is to make a choice whom you can help and whom you cannot help. If you don't help someone with something, some supplies, it's human's life, what you didn't save. It could be life of soldier, or it could be life of the child, or woman, or elderly. That is a choice when I can't help everyone, and that is a guilt what I feel, because I can't help everyone. I can't save everyone.
So we've got about 400 heavy trauma, special forces sort of level medical kits, and they will be going to about 5 or 6 groups on the front line. We have about 100 family emergency survival packs that we've fitted, and about 150 special forces combat uniforms as well.
So it's just after 4 a.m. On Monday morning, and we're off. The convoy is off, 4 cars, and we're heading towards the border of the Ukraine, which will take about 3.5 hours. Pretty nerve-wracking. We're going into an area that, as recent as yesterday, got 4 missiles hit Kiev. So that's not ideal. So we'll be on high alert going over the border, and especially heading into that town.
Look, we're going to insert into Poland. We've bought a few vehicles, sort of 4 vehicles, and we've retrofitted a couple of them. We're going to transport those across the border. We've got some contacts we're meeting at a checkpoint. We're going to stay pretty much on the western side of the Ukraine once we cross the border from Poland.
It's now 8 o'clock, and I'm pretty sure we've made it to the border.
We're at the we're in Ukraine, and we're in the border checkpoint for Ukraine, and we've been allowed to leave Poland with our 4 vehicles. We thought we had all the documents done, and then we found out that 2 of the vehicles are not for export. Sorry, for export only. So then the only alternative we've got is that we'll then use those other 2 vehicles, which was going to be our way of getting in and out in future times to come back and help out the people in Ukraine. Then we're going to have to be, those 2 vehicles will go with the other 2, and they'll just become humanitarian aid, so they'll be repurposed as ambulances, which is fantastic.
And we have half a dozen or so groups coming to us, and we have exact requirements from those groups, and we'll be supplying those with life-saving gear.
We just told the boys what Kate looks after. They are quite smart, and they are lucky because Kate looks after them, and she shares what do they do and where, bits of pieces, and what they need, and she shares what and where will go and what they need extras, especially medication, but unfortunately we cannot take it from Australia, but she will be looking to get it here, and I gave her some cash from those ladies what I bought from Australia. and she will be looking to buy some medication for her boys.
Every one of the trauma kits can save at least a life. You know, they have, you know, the world's best, you know, quick clot. They've got hemostatic granules, tourniquets. They have got gear in them to save life or loss of limb, and that's what we've been told that the frontline soldiers are lacking. One IR stick and one colour stick.
Which colour?
The logistics to get all of this trauma and this well-needed life-supplying stuff to Ukraine, it takes a lot of people. So we're very lucky that we've got a really good team around us. Going into a war conflict and an area where there is fighting, intense shelling and so much death and destruction, then we realise there's the element of risk involved.
Look, it's a combat zone, as we're all aware, so it has real and inherent perceived risk. Risk can be mitigated, so we have planned this thoroughly, but you know, we won't take undue risk, and we'll be in and out of there as quick as we need to be.
These sirens went off, so we grabbed some chairs and hung out with some ladies in the clothing shop, and then we got the mail to go to a bunker in a local school. Well, yeah, we had to stay away from the windows. Anyway, now we're at a school, and it's hard to say how many people were in this bunker, but it's a pretty big bunker. And there's Craig and Al, and there's lots of people down here. And
helping people, you know, Ukraine's, I think globally everyone's accepted that, you know, they're in a pretty horrible position. And, you know, we've got an opportunity to help, targeted help, so we know that we are going to, you know, save life of both civilians and combat soldiers.
The only way that we can make this such a big mission to saving so many people's lives in Ukraine is from the financial contribution from so many people, and most of those people, nearly all of them, were through the racing industry, so I'm so proud and privileged to be a part of that.
Ukraine is my mother. Even if I live in my mother's in-law place, Ukraine is my mother. What do you do to save your mother?
Дуже дякую вам, Ларисо, дуже. Ви
так допомагаєте. Це ви перші
Ой, я знаю.
купили і нам дали, щоб ми вам везли звідти.
Our pleasure, thank you.